Greetings, soul family. Today, I would like to talk a little bit about learning lessons and understanding that even in the midst of your chaos, in the midst of your trials and tribulations, that there is a specific reason you're experiencing it. There's a lesson to be learned, and that lesson will be a blessing to you in the long run. Okay? Imagine if, you decided, I'm not really happy at my job. I'm not really going to be mindful. I'm not going to be present while I'm here. I'm just going to sit on my phone all day. I'll show up late, call out. I'll do all these things because this is not my passion. This is not what my heart is, but I need a paycheck. I need to survive. And so you go about your work that way, right? Now, what happens when your supervisor or your manager or your boss, what have you, brings you into their office one day? You might have gotten it all for a couple months. Maybe 3 months have went by and they've noticed your performance decline and decline and decline. And they just looking at you like, what the hell? you know? And then that day comes and you get called in the office and they're showing you your performance decline. They're showing you write-ups and latenesses and call-outs and, failure to produce your work properly. And as an end result, what happens? They fire your ass. Yup. You just got fired. Right? So now, you mad as hell. You leaving your job. You packing up your office. You throwing things. You cursing people out. You cursing your boss out. You giving everybody your ass to kiss. Right? Now, what happens is you take that anger with you. You marinating in it. You getting in your car. You slamming the door. You just vicious. You upset. But here's what it means, right? Number one, you get the frequency in which you put out. So you were vibrating on a low frequency going to work for 3 months. You were just barely making it. You were not optimizing your time. You were laying back, sitting on your phone. You weren't being productive, right? So that frequency came back to you in the form of you losing your job because you were not practicing gratitude, that you were grateful you had a way to pay your bills. You weren't grateful that you had employment. You took it for granted. As a result, every action has a reaction. You get fired. So here's the blessing. And I'm saying blessing, not blessing. Here's the blessing in that lesson, okay? You now have time to check yourself, okay? You need to check how you were behaving, check your motives, look at what you were really doing on a fundamental interpersonal level. You have to get really deep into yourself when you lose your job and you are without income and you don't know how you're going to pay your bills, right? Now your back's against the wall. You could be in a fearful state. But instead of being in a fearful state, transcend that anger and that fear and raise your frequency, raise your vibration, and find the blessing in that lesson. There's several ones hidden behind that fear. The love in it is now you can take time to nurture yourself. Take time to really figure out who you are, what type of personality you have, what type of work is best suited for you, what is your purpose in life, what is your life path. Start to go inwardly and find these answers. And once you do so, now you'll notice your attitude is starting to change. You're starting to be grateful for the experience. You're grateful that you lost your job because now it opened you wide up for all kinds of new experiences. It opens your world to possibilities that you couldn't see past when you were in your regular job that you couldn't stand. So find the blessing in the lessons, okay? Don't dwell in that negative space. Yes, feel your emotions, feel your feelings. None of us necessarily want to work for anybody. I believe all of us are true entrepreneurs and we have that in our spirit. It's innate. You know, we want to create for ourselves and generate our own income and just be on some boss shit. Okay? It's natural. However, everybody has a role to play. And it takes time to figure out your role. Not everybody is born Bill Gates. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not born like Oprah, okay, like coming out of the womb and you're giving cards away to everybody, no, that's not who you are. You have to develop yourself. And Oprah had to develop herself. Bill Gates had to develop himself. These people are not instant, successes. They had to suffer and fail, okay, and strive and thrive through it, okay? And you're no different. We are all the same in the manner in which we feel our emotions, because we just have natural human responses to things. And us as humans, we don't escape those feelings. No matter how much you meditate or how many, affirmations you use or vision boards or law of attraction techniques, whatever it is that you do, you still feel the highs and the lows and the ebbs and the flows. You are not exempt from the frequencies, okay? But what you can do is manage those frequencies from a higher space, from your heart space, in love and light. You can now decide, instead of dwelling in this anger, I'm going to feel this anger for a minute, and then I'm not going to dwell in it. I'm going to release it. I'm going to send love and light to it. And now I'm going to begin anew. Now I'm going to strategize and find my true path. I'm going to take this time, maybe you go ahead and do unemployment. Go get you some public assistance or whatever you need. Ask for help from a loved one until you get back on your feet. Because you still have to eat, you still have to live. I get it. But what you do in that process, you do the internal work before you go back to work. So you do the internal work to where you're not going to go and apply for another job and be miserable and waste another employer's time. Okay? Employers want people who actually don't mind being workers. So if you are somebody who doesn't want to work for someone else, then stop going and getting a job. Create a way to build your own wealth. Create a way that you can, even if you work for somebody, have freedom to be able to pursue your own endeavors. Find a position that allows you the time and space to be creative, okay? And have a goal, have a plan. The 5-year plan, it really does work. Honestly, I encourage people to start doing that. You definitely should find the blessing in all the lessons that you learn. Because when you don't, you literally block your own blessings. You draw out the process of the lesson. The longer you take to learn that lesson, the longer it takes before you're out of it, before you're out of that frequency. So stop wasting so much time in this negative energy and start actively searching, like, what can I learn from that? You know what, that happened. It really pissed me off, but what's the lesson in it? What is the lesson that I need to learn so that I can get out of this frequency and move the heck on? Okay? I just wanted to jump on and do this quick video. As of late, I have been getting so many downloads. I could be doing something completely different. Like right now, it's a Friday. I'm at work. Things is pretty cool, pretty cool. But I'm doing my work and I'm getting downloads. I'm getting thoughts like inserted and planted in my very mind. And I'm like, whoa, let me do a video. Let me write that down. Oh, let me do some research on that. that could be a good video, you know? And it's like now that I've gotten more comfortable with being on camera and doing videos, I feel myself easing into whatever this is because I still don't have all the answers. I don't know what this page is going to become, but I do know that it feels damn good. I'm really enjoying it. Being able to express myself. Um, Naturally, I'm a creative writer. I'm a poet. And when I get comfortable enough, I'll start to share some of that in future videos. But being on camera has always been something that I've never been comfortable with. Okay? And people who know me who might be watching are like, oh my gosh, she's doing a video? Like, yes, I'm doing a video. I'm trying to face my fears, y'all. But I feel compelled to share these things with you all. And in love and light, please like, share, subscribe. Help the Divine Pioneer grow. And we're going to do this thing together. And I'll never leave you. And I'm always here for you guys. You know, you can always comment. I am going to be creating a website. I'll be having a business email set up because this is definitely my creative path. This is my life path. I know that I'm meant to do more than what I'm doing. Even though I've accomplished lots in the professional world, but believe it or not, I feel like I'm at a ceiling. I hit a ceiling in the professional world, and now the spiritual world is where I must dwell. And on that note, in love and light, Hotep.